Good evening, River West, Milwaukee, and possibly the globe. Welcome to Compose Yourself with Julie Brandenburg. This is a talk show about local music as well as a radio workshop for songwriters and composers. We are broadcasting from the River West Film and Video Headquarters on Center Street in the heart of beautiful downtown River West. Each week, I will have a panel of songwriters, composers, students, and listeners here to share songs and discuss the craft of songwriting and composing. With me today in the studio is panelist Denise Burton, who is a songwriter, composer, singer, pianist, and producer, and her music name is Compose. And Jacob is feeling ill, as both of us have been sick on and off for the past month. And Spencer could not find someone to cover him, so he is not going to be here tonight as well. But in a way that sort of worked out if they had to miss, because I have a full stage, and spilling over into the video store area is all of the fabulous Living Dread. They are here today. Woohoo! Make some noise, guys.
All right.
Yeah, the whole entire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dudes are here from the band. And Tony is the one that I know, so he's the one that's getting the microphone. And you guys will have to take turns. So, Tony, good to see you.
You too, Julie.
Yeah. I wrote a review of Living Dread a couple of years ago.
I would say 2006, 2007.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago. It was, I think, your first recording.
Indeed it was.
And the name of it was?
A Hint of Mint with a Twist of Poison.
Right, and I remember liking the metaphor, so I kind of ran with it.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Our drummer is real clever.
That is, you came up with that? I really liked that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I really like the CD. So we're going to talk with them a little later in the show about what they're doing now. Before I continue, now this is very serious. Put on your. They have their serious faces on now. Thank goodness. If I had a tie, I'd be straightening it. Welcome to Compose Yourself. My name is Julie Brandenburg, and I'm the producer of this show. The things you will hear over the course of the next 2 hours represents the view of myself and the people making them, the people in my studio, and the possible callers. All opinions and quotations in no way represent River West Radio and are the sole responsibility of the producer, guests, and callers. River West Radio is not liable for any legal issues arising from the content of this program.
Sorry, Anya.
She's referring to the over-dramatization. I'm trying to top myself every week by being more and more increasingly over-dramatic with the disclaimer.
Yes.
I must have impressed her because she just gave me what is both high praise and deep insult at the same time.
Her son came on not too long ago, only time, and I had to do it this week. I just had to.
Yeah. Tony, were you in the choir when I was the choir director and we did that song from Lord of the Rings?
No, I think that was after my stay at MATC.
Oh, we did Alice in Chains.
Yes, we did.
That was fun.
I was in the band for that one. Yeah.
It was very fun. that choir was we had fun.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of fun things like Bohemian Rhapsody and that kind of stuff. So, yes, indeed. A couple times we did in choir. We did from Lord of the Rings. So I have very mixed feelings about that.
Yeah.
Because I love Lord of the Rings.
Great.
Don't love Enya. So, so this is a big, huge, moral conflict for me. But it's so hard to find, decent choir music that isn't awful. It really is hard. Believe me, I try. That's why I started making my own transcriptions of Alice in Chains and the Beatles and all this other stuff. So, yes, Tony was a former student of mine, current friend, and we will be talking with the Living Dread folks. First, we're going to do some listening. And so our opening listening for today is one of my friend's bands. Dan Maskey is the composer, and he is the theory teacher at Cardinal Stritch. And so he's a very talented individual. His wife, Angie, plays cello in my projects, but she's the cellist, of course, in his. And Bill Kopecki from the famous trio of Kopecki brothers. He is the bass player. He's just unbelievably fantastic bass player. So the piece that I'm going to play is off their Endangered Species CD, and the piece is called Claws. Claus. This is Far Corner, and I misspoke about the name of the album. It's called Endangered, just simply Endangered. And we played some Far Corner a couple of weeks ago. The band and Dan as a composer has a lot of breadth. I mean, he does a whole bunch of stuff. So we listened to some of the more like band kind of heavy rock, progressive rock stuff in the past. And some of you were hearing noise. It's a noise composition. Again, he does classical modern composition. That's how I got to know him, because I do that too, and so we were on the same program. So just a disclaimer here also in the studio, we normally have the ability to have several headphones at once, and this is why people should be making donations to riverwestradio.com. Just thought I'd put that out there, because today we can't do that. So unfortunately our guests are having to we're sort of sharing headphones and passing them around, so everyone in the studio got to hear a little bit of that piece. But so anyways, what did you guys think of what you heard?
That was really, really interesting. Kind of made me think of Edgar Varese, like, immediately. Kind of that, like you say, the modern composition. Really kind of cool soundscapes, I thought.
Definitely. Yeah, Varese. He's one of my favorites. Frank Zappa's favorite composer as well. Right. Yeah.
Well, that's why Eric would know him.
You're a Zappa fan as well?
Big Zappa
okay,
fan, yep.
You're in the right place.
Yeah, all right. Good to know.
Zappa good.
Yes.
I think the sun, no, not sun. I wish there was sun. It's pretty chilly and rainy. But the song itself, I liked it because it kind of fit the mood of everything. Mm-hmm. Especially with Halloween coming up. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I like that. And also, I just find it interesting that someone can put different noises and sounds from not necessarily instruments, but just objects, and be able to make that have some type of tone to it. Mm-hmm. Something I haven't ventured off into yet, but I would like to in the future. So I thought it was nice.
Yeah, well, noise, he's been doing this kind of thing for a long time, but noise composition is getting huge, both in the snobby classical world and in the rock scene, on the prog, on the cutting edge, new music scene. Because I just think a lot of people are starting to get tired of the stale metrical. Everything's quantized, everything's, perfectized, and this is quite the opposite, where you're experimenting. It's all about timbre and texture, and it's all about, audio experience, and not so much about showing off how well you can quantize the drums and, fix up the vocals, that type of thing.
Yeah, it's more freeing instead of being so static and predictable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the cello. A lot of that was cello in there. Wow. With effects and that type of thing. And I think I also heard he was doing some stuff with the inside of the piano. I thought I was hearing that. So.
All right, I was trying to figure out what that was. All the clanking and clonking.
That was it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we talked a couple weeks ago about John Cage and how he was using the piano in a lot of different ways, altering the actual, a lot of these composers are taking things from I'm given this object, what do I do with this object? Do I have to play it like an actual instrument? And a lot of the composers are saying, no, what else can I do with it? And that makes it it opens up a whole new realm of composing to, like you said, get sounds out of something that you're not expecting.
Yeah, there's a guy named Ryan Leslie who kind of combines traditional composition with the object experimentation. Mm-hmm. And for one of his songs, I forgot what it was called. I think it was Money something. But he actually used a jar of change and was just shaking it. And it sounded like it was an instrument, but he just EQ'd it to where it sounded really cool. You can tell it wasn't an instrument, but at the same time, it sounded good enough to be one, but you just couldn't figure out what it was until he posted his YouTube video. Mm-hmm. And it was just a jar of change. Just the guy's piggy bank. He used that. So that's really cool when you're able to just be creative and think outside the box. You'll be surprised what you can come up with.
Right. Yeah, we had Nicholas Ehlert in here several weeks ago talking about the sound, talking about the soundtrack that he did for Dead Weight, which is a film that was made locally in our state and has gone fairly far. And he did a lot of stuff like that too, taking a bow to things and using the Taurus pedals of an organ and then looping it and processing it and just doing a lot of weird things with sounds. And it came out really well. Yeah. I should tell these guys this funny story. I might have told this on the show before. But speaking of cello pieces and composition and Furious and Cage and all the outside the box stuff, I was studying. I was in graduate school and I was studying, and I was listening. So I had, my stuff out. My brother shows up to move a couch in with my brother-in-law. My brother walks in my living room and he stands and he's like looking around, and he's got this look on his face like he's listening intently. And he goes, "Julie, when's the last time you've had your furnace checked?" And I said, "Dan, that's Helmut Lachenmann."
Wow.
This is a cello piece. He's like,
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. The fact that he can't even pick that out, how would you even know what a furnace sounds like? It's in the basement.
well, he did not recognize it as music.
Wow.
And I was studying it for a class, and I can't say if I'm throwing a party, I'm going to put on Helmut Lachenmann.
Yeah.
He was embarrassed, but I said, hey, once again, it does sound like noises. And it's the composer is forcing you to just hear and abandon every preconceived notion you have about what is music. Mm-hmm. So,
because it is possible to overthink. I used to have that problem a lot, as you know. It was terrible. I would overthink every single thing, even the improvisation where you're supposed to be more free. I would even think that out. So it's good to hear some things where you can just let everything, just absorb everything at once instead of trying to analyze right away. Mm-hmm. You can just appreciate the sounds that you're hearing.
Right. Just take it for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the best way, the easiest route. You don't have to overthink everything.
Although in this show, we're always analyzing.
We
everything.
are, and I just realized that, and that will be my disclaimer. Please disregard everything I just said. Because on this show, we analyze. I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, we do. And then there's Jacob, who's not feeling well tonight. He will after every song, he will say, first it was in 4/4, then there were 4 measures of 7. After that, it was followed by a 13/4. This went to a cadence of.
Yes,
he gets it right every time. It's amazing.
Every time. And then I'm the person that will get it like 10 minutes later. Like, that's right, they did do that. And I'm like, oh.
She's like,
but
yeah.
yeah, that would be me. By that time, we're on like the second song after.
Well, I brought in a band that Denise likes a lot, and that I do too. One of these days, we're going to have to go and see them play. In fact, there's a little theme here, because don't they have a cellist as well?
They do.
They do. All right. So the band is called I Am Not a Pilot, which I think is just a really and you know what? The song is called A Lot to Say. That certainly fits here today. The band is from Milwaukee, and I believe the person who organized is in the symphony. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So the song is called A Lot to Say by I Am Not a Pilot. You're listening to I Am Not a Pilot on Compose Yourself with Julie Brandenburg here on riverwestradio.com. And it's a wonderful, beautiful arrangement. You guys, are some of you hearing the song for the first time or hearing this band?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It was really nice. Really nicely recorded, I thought. It's always amazing, all the great music that I find in Milwaukee. It always blows my mind. It's like something else new. I mean, I've heard of the band before.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard a track from them yet. And I was pretty impressed. It was good.
Yeah.
It was, the heavier drums kind of kept me into it though, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that. So.
I always appreciate the piano rock too. I don't know why, but Meatloaf, Billy Joel, like, hey, whatever. Yeah, the boss. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, they're good.
All right, then. I'm all about that because that's, I play the piano.
yeah.
It's my thing, so.
I started off playing the
Denise's thing?
piano, and then
I
I moved
see.
to the drums. So
All right. Denise, this band you said has a really nice following in Milwaukee. I mean, are they making any headway into national or regional?
They are
Success?
actually. They were able to play at SXS.
South by Southwest.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I don't know why I keep calling it SXS.
Because that's how they.
XSSW.
Oh, it's a SW?
SW, yes.
Oh,
that's how they
geez.
shorten it.
That's even worse than I've been calling it X this whole time.
It is SXSW.
It sounds
Oh,
naughty, and it's
got
not.
you.
Very slowly. Very slowly.
Just try saying that 5 times fast. I bet you guys will end up cussing by the end of that. But that was I never heard of that
It's
festival.
like a festival.
Yeah, kind of like a Summerfest type of thing. And I first heard about it on talenthouse.com because they had a competition where a band would enter and they would pick someone to play. But they didn't even have to do all of that. They just ended up being invited or something. But they have a really, really good following. And they've won Band of the Year, I think, 3 times in a row so far, I believe.
Band of the Year from Whammies?
I think it's Whammies. I'm not really sure who awarded them. Or you know what? I think there's a competition every year where people have to vote for you.
Maybe the Shepherd Express.
Probably.
That could be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. So this is their 3rd year now winning that.
Wow. Yeah, we definitely next time you're going, let me know because I would love to go.
I will. It's been a long time for me. A very long time. I was stalking them for a long time. and it got to the point where they just knew me by name because I was just always there, front row center. And you actually will make friends with the other fans because everybody stalks them all at once. And so that's awesome. So then you make new friends. Yeah, but I'll definitely let you know next time I go.
And I'm sure if anybody wants to find their music, it's probably just like with Far Corner, simply put Far Corner into the Google machine and you will find them on Reverb Nation and Bandcamp, and the same thing I'm sure with I Am Not a Pilot. I was able to find their page and purchase their album, so it's pretty easy to do. More music. This is one of our favorite segments, except
No
for
kazoo.
we don't have the kazoo because Spencer's not here, so you guys have to make some kind of like bombastically exciting music when I announce this segment. So here's the segment: shameless self promotion. Well done. It's still not Spencer with his kazoo. He's a virtuoso, So today's shameless self-promotion is a piece by Denise, which is perfect because he said he liked piano, oriented, and there's piano in this one. And so this is her original composition. We played this on the show a couple months ago maybe. Do you want to set it up for them?
Sure. Clockwork is one of my singles that I wrote. It took me about a year to finish because my process in songwriting, I'll have a part of it and then I'll get stuck. And then instead of trying to force it, I kind of just put it aside for a little while. And so it got to a point where I was like, I got to finish this. So about maybe a little less than a year later, I finished the 2nd verse and the chorus. And the chorus, I always get the chorus first. It's the verses that takes forever, especially the 2nd. So I finally put it together. And there's a lot of symbolic meanings within the song, so I'll let you guys hear it first and see if you kind of pick up on the symbolism.
Honestly, I'm playing it because I really hooked on hearing this song. You're going to see what I mean. It's just like really, this song really grabs you. So you are listening to Compose Yourself with Julie Brandenburg, and the song is called Clockwork.
Living in the flow of life, the current's strong, but I strive to go upstream. The world looks at me as if something's wrong, and I smile at them and keep going. Right or left depends on where you stand. Perception only have the truth, and as the hour pass with many hands, it appears that these gears are loose, and I explain, oh no, it's just clockwork. My life in retrograde, yeah. But what to you seems backwards, is how I choose to live my days. Okay, yeah, living my life counterclockwise, and it's okay. Okay, yeah, living my life counterclockwise, and it's okay. I used to think, just go with this, swallow your pride. Wasted much time trying to be like you, but in this moment, I choose to pop out like magic. I'm peculiar, and I welcome this view. I can't conform to be accepted. I'm not a cookie cutter replica. The time travel is rejected. I find it hard to do whatever just because. Does anybody wanna ask me why it's so uneasy to be different? Free your mind because it's worth it. You can be different. You can go against the grain, and it's okay, yeah. Ooh, it's okay, yeah. To be yourself takes courage, yeah. You don't have to be the same, and it's okay. Okay, yeah. Living my life counterclockwise, and it's okay. Okay, yeah, living my life counterclockwise, and it's okay. Ba-da-da, yeah, ba-da-da, yeah. Come on, y'all. Ba-da-da. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna take it a little bit higher. Okay, yeah, living my life counterclockwise, and it's okay. Okay, yeah, living my life counterclockwise, and it's
That was a composition by Compose, a.k.a. Denise Burton, who's a regular panelist these days. And while the guys were listening, because we've heard it, we were kind of chatting, and I was telling her just that piano riff is so infectious. It's the kind of thing that I could see my piano students really wanting to learn to play.
Yeah, that'd be great if they do. Like, I didn't didn't know what to say. He was coughing.
I'm dying over here, and they're all like, "Oh my God, is she gonna be okay?" I'm still getting over something, but I am not contagious. It's been too long. Okay, moving right along. I'm alive. I'm not dead yet. I think I'll go for a walk.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I have no clue how I end up coming up with stuff. It's just I hear little things, and I'll just try it. And then I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to keep it. And then sometimes I do stuff that I thought was going to sound a certain way, and then when I do it, it doesn't. It sounds completely different, but it's a good mistake, so I'll keep the good mistake in and things like that. So it just kind of, it almost makes itself. Like the song almost kind of just makes itself. So it's one of those processes. But the chords is what I started out with. And then I added the little piano riff. And then it just went from there. Then I don't know why I put a glockenspiel in it. I just thought it would be
It
nice.
totally works.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Because it totally works.
Yeah. So it was a fun song to make. And it's a fun song to sing. That's a lot of S's.
South by Southwest.
Yep. Why are you doing that again?
Stop it, Tony. This is a family show.
I made sure to
Do not do
go on stage appropriately.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yes, very good. And isn't this going to stick into your ear now for a while? I did this to you. I had you listen to it. Love the song. Love the song. We're going to listen to something brand new. I'm excited to play this. Last week we were talking about how Face of Ruin has finally met their demise as a band. I know. I was crushed. I'm a huge Face of Ruin fan. It's my thing with the prog metal with the two guitars. You know that thing with the two guitars. No, I love the heavy prog, and I just love them.
They're really good.
They are.
They're not just a prog metal band. They dominated.
And it is true. I mean, really, you know, they're local. Once again, you just can't believe these guys are local. You can't believe it. And the two guitars with their
school with Shane,
intricacy.
actually.
Yes, Shane. He's
Yeah.
just fantastic.
I was working with them at that White House of Music in West Bend, and we would always shoot the breeze all the time, and then I'd listen to their stuff. I can't believe, like, dude, how do you even do that? Like, both hands are just moving 300 miles a second, and I don't even understand how he does it. It's like, oh, that's easy.
And the coordination with him and John Lidke on that, I mean, the two of them together. Then there's Noah, who's just like, if I didn't know him as well as I know him, I'd be really afraid of him, but I'm not. I mean, I really like Noah a lot, and I gave him some voice lessons and coaching to help get the diaphragm breathing for all that really heavy stuff. But yeah, really awesome band. And Chris, the drummer, has a band, and the band is called Orwell. And they just came out with a brand new album, which I downloaded, and I have been so insanely busy since I downloaded it, I haven't even had a chance to listen to any of it yet. So I'm excited to hear the track that I am going to play. Let me give you a little quote from the band's website. He says, most recently, and I cannot pronounce the name of this album, most recently we released Avalface?
Looks about right.
Okay.
Avon Fascia. Fashi?
Fasci. I want to put the H there, but it's at the end. So I know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It's. I'm sure it's awesome. A 6-track album, 46 minutes long, based around the concept of loss, grieving, and moving forward positively. This marked a significant change in not only our sound, but how we go about creating as a band. We decided to move our music in a direction that was more open to expression and allowed us to explore things that we had wanted to since the beginning. Our music is a collection of influences ranging from melodic, instrumental, and atmospherics to black and death metal, and is a true representation of where we are as musicians and artists. So I'm kind of excited. I'm going to pass the headphones around, but I'm going to listen to a bit of this first. And the song is called In Tides I Wake. Orwell in Tides I Wake. Wow, I totally hogged my headphones and didn't give them up.
Sorry, you guys.
Sorry.
Kind of did the same thing.
Were you guys able to hear in the back room a little bit?
Yeah, we got to listen on a little speaker.
Good, good. Wow.
Reminds me of ISIS. It's pretty good stuff.
Uh-huh,
Enjoyed it.
I would like to listen to that whole album and just take a mental journey by myself somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
That one song isn't enough.
I agree. I feel like I drowned and then came back to life as somebody else. I kind of feel this song is an experience. Wow, that was really, really well done. Really, well. I'm a fan. Are they from here? They're from here.
Well, from central Wisconsin, right? Isn't Chris originally from Appleton or something?
I think so.
So I'm believing that perhaps I believe some of the members are not from Milwaukee.
Yeah, I don't think they're from southeastern Wisconsin.
Okay.
North further.
North further. You know, and I moved the iPod over so that Denise could look at the lyrics that conveniently pop up on this track. And besides the music, which we'll all talk about in a second, I was really happy to see such insightful lyrics because I really do like heavy music a lot, and I do go and see a lot of bands. But some of the bands where I actually like the music, I can't even say the name of the band on the air, okay? And so the band name is offensive, okay? So, and then they're like, I don't know why, we never have any girls come to our shows.
That might be why.
You know, just saying.
Yeah. Just might want to reconsider. We're just
Yeah.
we might actually spend money and come see you perform if you just change your band name.
Or at least have the lyrics not be about severely offensive topics that are just, I mean, it's just to see how completely over the top can I make this. So it's refreshing to see something kind of, lyrically intellectual. And so I agree that the words were part of the journey because they fit perfectly with what the music was illustrating. So musically, what do you think?
It was, I don't want to say it was stoner or doom metal. It wasn't as dark and gloomy as that, but it's getting there, the down-tuned guitars. A lot of the stoner and doom stuff, I can't stand the vocals because it's just too intense, and it's just, all right, just get over it. And it's too, the music is a little too sludgy for me, but these guys, they definitely were not. And they're still hitting those octaves in that breakdown, and I love octaves. I don't care. For the rest of my life, that's all I need to hear. I will never get sick of listening to octaves.
I agree with you. It had that heavy edge because of the down tuning. It had that heaviness, but it had this unexpected but simple melodic the harmonic movement was in itself subtly melodic.
Yeah, it almost got happy there, like right before they were hitting all those octaves. It's like, we're not a doom song.
There was a
anymore.
major
What's somewhere
chord
else?
involved.
Yeah. They were hitting those major thirds for about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I was pleasantly surprised by it because, like Tony was saying, a lot of times with this type of rock, it's normally more you'll be depressed by the end of it most of the time. But with this, there was ambience at the beginning, and then when it hit you, I wasn't expecting it, and so when it hit, it reminded me of waves just crashing, and how you can be disorientated but can still find some semblance of where you're at. So I was thinking about myself being in water the whole time. I like visualizing cinema. Make up
Well, you've written a lot of stuff related to water. You really
Yeah.
connected with that topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like don't drown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I have a Y membership, and there's really no excuse why I can't swim still. There's really no excuse
need
for that.
to learn,
I
yeah.
do. You just never know what's going to
You
happen.
never know.
I want to go on the dinner boat thing downtown, and I want to be able to do that without a life jacket.
That seems like a bad career choice.
Everybody's wearing evening gowns, and she's got this big life jacket on.
Yeah, bright orange.
So, none of us heard Orwell before. Is this all a first hearing for all of us? Yeah. Any other thoughts? Guys back there, how you doing?
I wish I really could have heard the lyrics. I'm more of when I listen, I'm the singer in the band, so I like to actually hear what the person's saying, or at least get an idea of what they're saying. A lot of times that'll change a song for me, where the music doesn't always convey everything, where the words kind of pick up where the music leaves off. So I would like to see that later.
Yeah, definitely. So this album can be purchased, I believe, on Bandcamp. I think that's where I got it. And what's nice about that particular, or at least the way they have it set up, is they have it set up where you purchase the album and you pay what you choose to pay. And marketing research has shown, and experience has shown, that this is actually a better way. So musicians out there, take note of this. They found that artists make more money when the artist allows the consumer to choose their price. Because if they just put it up there for free or buy it, it doesn't always work. People will take the thing that's for free, but then they won't buy the whole album, for example. But when you put something out there, people really are like, okay, I really like this band, so I'm going to pay $10 for this. I'm going to pay what it's worth. I'm going to pay.
You can pay retroactively too after listening to the album.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I feel like a lot of times I hear an album, I'm like, I should have paid more for this. This is fabulous.
I've had friends offer to burn CDs, or people have given me burned CDs, and then I've liked it, and then I've purchased the music. So I really do believe in that too. I really do try to, it's like what? It's like $10 to $16 for an album. Come on. I know we're all, these are tough times. I'm scraping pennies. I'm only a part-time person. But, music's important to me, so I'll not, do something over here so that I can go see a show or I can go buy an album. I mean, to me, I'd rather do that than go to a movie or something like that. I prioritize it that way. So, yeah, they did find out that people do make more money if they let the consumer, because the consumer will tend to not want to, they'll say, well, I'm not going to be a jerk and not pay something,
Right. They feel bad.
Guilt is the best
Guilt is
marketing
good.
tool.
Guilt is good. Well, we're going to do a quick quiz. I don't want to spend a lot of time on a quiz today because we have so many people to talk to and so many things to talk about. But here's a quick quiz, and it has a little sort of mini theme. See if you can pick up on the mini theme. All right. Quiz question number 1, and we don't have the kazoo, so wait. It's time for our quiz. All right. It's not the same. Okay. So, quiz question number 1. What city did Bob Marley die in?
I looked this up because it was killing me, but I'm not going to say it. I was
Cheater with the smartphone over here.
Bob is my guy, and it was killing me not to know.
You couldn't have waited 20 minutes, Tony.
Should I say what I was thinking, though?
Say what you were thinking.
I thought it was London.
Okay.
I'm going with it's either New York or Miami.
I want to say Miami, so that was my guess.
Okay. Any
we
other
can all agree with
guesses?
I'm going with the consensus on Miami because I have no idea.
Okay, I didn't know. Obviously, the question leads you to understand it wasn't in Jamaica, obviously. So we realize that. But yes, it is Miami. He wanted to spend his final days in Jamaica as he was dying, but became too ill on the flight. He was in Germany. I guess he was touring there. And became very ill. And instead of being able to make it all the way to Jamaica, he was forced to leave the plane in Miami so that he could receive immediate medical attention, where he did, in fact, pass away. Wow. Does anybody know what year that is? I didn't bother to look it up. Do you know?
81.
81.
Tony.
May 11th, I believe.
May 11th,
My goodness.
81, yeah.
When did you do all of this? I've been sitting directly across from you.
Well, I knew that.
I thought he knew that, yeah.
I really am blind. Couldn't find an umbrella earlier.
So our second question, I have 2 Beatles-related questions here. I picked, like I said, there is kind of a little mini theme here. In which song did no Beatle, not one, play an instrument, and only John and John and Paul only sang, is what they're trying to say. Badly worded question. Anybody know?
Eleanor Rigby.
Okay, any other... See what other people have to say here?
Come on, Eric.
Yeah, that's actually not What do you think about it? Is this kind of a trick question? Is there instrumentation?
There is instrumentation,
Okay.
but the Beatles did not play on it.
I think Tony's got a good guess there, actually. If I'd have to gander one.
That is actually a good guess. And I'm going to tell you he's not right, but he's on the right track. Anybody think they can take that a little further?
Give us a hint.
That was kind of a hint. Well, what made you guess that one?
Just all the, I guess the orchestration and the song.
Aha.
Yes.
I'm giving them the aha
number
look,
two.
and they're looking at me like, yeah. It's another song that's heavily relying on the string arrangements. We gave her most of our lives, is leaving. You guys don't know that song? She is leaving?
Was this in class?
I think we listened to this in songwriting
Yeah,
class.
we did, and I forgot the name of it.
She is leaving.
Oh,
That's it. She is leaving.
well, there we go. That solved that problem.
And it is a little obscure. It is a little for the Beatles. It is a little obscure, and it is obscure because it is all strings. Does anybody know who did the arranging for the Beatles?
I'm
on
going to
the
guess
strings?
Sir George Martin.
That is correct, except. Dum, bum, bum. Not on this one.
I was gonna say Ringo.
No. Apparently, they wanted to get Martin for this one, per usual, and instead they had to get. And I'm looking at my notes here. Well, Phil Spector was involved as the producer, and they had to get his consent. And I'm a big loser here because the harp was played by Sheila Bromberg, but I don't. Oh, okay, here it is, the other page. Mike Leander did this string arrangement. And honestly, I think this song is a lot more contemporary and abstract sounding than the Martin. The Martin stuff is real Baroque sounding, real kind of. It sounds like it's trying to be a classical composer, whereas if you go and listen to, if you want to go home and YouTube this one, the She Is Leaving Home is really pretty abstract. And we were talking today at school about the Beatles, and I admitted, nobody doesn't like the Beatles, but many of us are a little burnt out on them. It's kind of like that. It's like you like the Beatles. You do, because they were great. But there's a couple songs that I'm not burned out on. Across the Universe, I'm still not quite burnt out on. This is another one because it's a great story song. Remember, we listened to it because of that?
Yeah.
They found an article in the paper about this girl who had left home, and some of the parts that are sung in there are quotes from the article. And then the string arrangement is really a little bit outside the box. So listeners after the show and guys after the show, check it out. I think you'd be surprised at, you might actually go, wow, I kind of like the Beatles again. So we got one more question. And the question is, where's the question? The question is,
This one.
who is Winston Rodney O.D.?
It's gotta be Burning Spear.
That is correct.
Burning Spear, man.
Now, do you know the name Burning Spear?
No.
No. Okay. These guys know the name Burning Spear. Of course they do.
Awesome live show.
What does the O.D. stand for?
That's a good
It's
question.
not how he died.
He's still with us, I'm pretty sure.
Do you know what it stands
No
for?
clue.
I knew you guys would, and that's part of the theme. I picked two questions I knew you guys would connect with and like. But the real reason I picked this question was I found it very interesting that he had this little moniker after his name. First of all, I have to admit, I listened to Burning Spear back in the day because I'm kind of old school because I'm kind of old. And I did not know that that was the dude. I thought it was the band. I'm sure a lot of people make that mistake. So I learned that in researching this. But the OD after his name is part of, just like if you have a degree, PhD after your name, it's an order. It's order of distinction, and it's kind of like knighthood in Jamaica. Are you familiar with this? It's kind of interesting. So basically, there's several levels of honorific associated with this order of distinction, and it's given to people in Jamaica who have somehow represented Jamaica well, or have given service, or have brought good spotlight to Jamaica. So he received that honorific. It's, like I said, equivalent to being knighted, that kind of thing. So I thought that was kind of cool.
That is.
Yeah. So the little theme here is we listened today to some string music, and that's why the Beatles string stuff. And then we are about to segue into listening to some reggae tinged, inspired, and incorporated music. But this is so much more than that. So I'm going to introduce once again Tony Gehring, who is the bass player, correct?
Yes.
For Living Dread, and you are going to introduce all these guys that are in the studio today.
All right. Tony, bass player. To my left, Joe, singer, guitar player, trumpet. I think Eric can introduce himself.
No, you can go ahead, Tony.
Eric,
Doing a good job, Tony. Keep
guitar
going.
player extraordinaire. Matt, drums, percussion. Bill back there, saxophone. And then we have Chunk and Scoot hiding in the background. They're our mascots. They're our number 1 and number 2 road dogs.
Yay.
We don't go anywhere without them.
Yeah, none of this would be possible without those two.
They had to carry our
Alright.
gear.
Wow, I want to. Are you available for other gigs besides Living Dread?
It's an exclusive deal we use.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, well, you would have to pay us to get him.
It's like that.
You know, slavery is not legal in the United States, just so you know. So, tell me about. Okay, so we had played last week, and we played a couple weeks ago a couple of tracks off of your previous album. So,
Right.
tell me about the new one.
These songs, they sound nothing like the old album. We were kind of a punk band and a reggae band, just playing what we wanted.
We were a punk band that when we got softer, we played reggae.
Yeah. we weren't quite as pissed off. It was like we would write all the punk songs to be in winter, and then in summer it'd be all reggae.
Boy, I'm not so cranky now. I think I'll add a little bit. I'm feeling kind of happy.
But this new album kind of blurs the line. There is some punk, but I mean it blurs the line between reggae and punk. We throw in some blues.
Well, there's all kinds of different stuff
it's
on
all
there.
over the place.
We all kind of
Right.
grew up in different things. Like Joe and I were brothers, and we started off playing jazz, and you kind of started off, playing rock and stuff, and
Yeah, growing up.
we were
in the
kind of
90s.
all in, band and marching band together and everything, and
Yeah, jazz in high school.
I grew up on a strict diet of polka and James Brown.
That's an interesting combination.
We're thinking the same thing.
It's a good childhood.
Must have been
It
fun.
really was.
so I think we did a better job this album really bringing to light what we're really about.
Right, and I think, on this album, more than the last, I don't think you can look at any song and say, okay, that's a punk song, or that's a reggae song, or, we tried to really kind of blur the lines of all of it, and just, it's a Living Dread song.
I don't even think we
That's
really
neat.
tried though.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah, it's a lot of these.
Growing
songs,
up.
Yeah, a lot of these songs are more very groovy. They're all groove based, not
Yeah.
necessarily about you hit this reggae groove and you just stay there. It's
Sure.
just it's always moving and flowing.
Okay. Well, I did like the other stuff, but you know what it sounds like? It's like on that album, it was a little bit more segregated in that this was a kind of punk edge thing. This was and what I'm hearing now is kind of like if I take the album as sort of a soup of influences, I can now take each song that way. That's
Very
kind of
much
cool.
so, yeah.
Yeah. Back to the food analogy. You guys
Never
inspired that, I guess.
Food and music belong together.
So I think we should listen. I think we should play a track. So tell us what it is you are planning on playing.
All right, this first track we're playing is a track called Stopa. And at the time, we were listening to a lot of Eastern European folk music.
Russian.
Even
Stuff.
pop music and stuff like
Yeah.
that. too.
Yeah.
So,
And so we were definitely heavily influenced by it. You can hear it. There's kind of a signature riff in there, too. So, yeah, and then we decided we wanted accordion on it, too. So we're definitely trying to blur that line like we were talking about. Just always trying to totally just kind of get rid of genres altogether.
Trying but not trying, like you were
Right,
saying.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like trying in the sense that you're not afraid. Trying is not really the word in the sense that you are allowing.
Yeah, it's just-
allowing
it's
is a good
happening,
word.
right?
You're
Yeah.
allowing things to happen. That's cool. Let's hear it.
All right, here we go.
Living Dread, riverwestradio.com. And that was brand new music. What's the name of that song again?
It's called Stopa.
That's a great. And how's it spelled?
Oh, Matt came up with a funny way of spelling it. It involves like the actual word toe in it. But I think it's kind of a reflection of our ignorance of the Eastern European.
Right.
Like
It's your interpretation.
well, yeah, we wish we would understand more, but it's hard to with like the different languages and everything.
Apparently, it means something in Yiddish, though. I've been told that.
You know, Jacob, if he were here, would know what that means. He's probably going, "Oh my God, they shouldn't be talking about that on the radio."
You can't say that word. We apologize in advance.
So yeah, wow, it is different. It's fresh. I really like it a lot. It just had a lot of different, unexpected elements. I mean, there were things there that I would hope to hear. You know, there was the reggae tinge to it, of course, and that beat and fabulous drumming, real tight, nice and. But then there were things like, okay, now I'm hearing a clavichord. Awesome. Wasn't expecting that. And then there's, like you said, this modal kind of Eastern European sound coming into the accordion. It really was fresh. I was real interested. Then all of a sudden the song changes. It goes into something else. And I'm with it the whole time going, wow, this is interesting. Because I get bored really easily, and I wasn't bored.
I think that's our problem, too.
Yeah.
To tell you the honest truth.
And we want to give a shout out to Don Turner, who played accordion on that track. He's a River West native.
Don Turner, I think I know who that is.
What accordion group is he in? What is that?
Oh, boy.
It's like the accordion
Club of
Club
Milwaukee.
of Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah. Milwaukee Accordion Club. He's part of
Yeah, I've seen pictures of them.
And then he also plays in a Morphine tribute band, plays saxophone.
Apparently, saxophone's his first instrument, and he's not that good at accordion.
Really? All right,
Yeah.
then.
But that was like the second time he played that song. So,
Wow.
Pretty much
Yeah.
one take.
Wow. Okay.
That is awesome.
Is Ron Turner his brother? I think that's a bass player.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I know who they are. What'd you think, Denise?
I gotta say, it reminds me, and this is a great compliment, because I really like salads. And there was this new restaurant that opened up right down the street called Growing Power, and they grow organic fruits and vegetables. And so my husband bought me a salad from there. It was pricey, but it was so flavorful. And it really wasn't anything on it that I've never had before. It was just, I can tell it was different. It was fresh, and it was just, I didn't want to share at all. And and when I was listening to this, it's so fresh and different. Like, this is why I love indie music, because we can pretty much do whatever we want. We don't have anyone over our shoulders telling us how we supposed to sound or how we're supposed to look and things like that. And the combination of instruments that you guys used was so clever, and it was a combination I would have never thought to do. So you guys were actually better than that salad, because these guys, they put the same ingredients together and it just tasted great. But you guys put stuff together that I would have never even thought, and it was awesome.
Take that, Will Allen.
There you go.
See the food analogy. What is it with your music and food?
Well, I forgot to take dinner out, so I am kind of hungry. So yeah, I went to work, and when I got home, I was like, "Oh crap! I didn't take out anything from the freezer, so it's gonna be ramens tonight for everyone."
So this music is going to make you even hungrier.
Yeah, I think it actually helped my appetite. I'm gonna think about that salad and go to bed and think about that song, and I should be okay.
I like the analogy, though. Isn't that a great analogy? Because she said
Health
it's
food
not like
music.
there's anything in there that we can't somehow identify, but when it's all put together, it's like, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
That was really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's
Love the vocals. I really
what's
love it.
the
You're welcome.
Go ahead. What were you saying about the vocals?
Oh, I was just saying I love the vocals. It was very, very just well done. I just really like it. The song was just really clever.
Thanks.
Clever.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, it's clever. Because there's, to be honest, you can really go wrong with an accordion quick.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, you can go wrong so quick. And if you can pull, it's just always certain instruments where you can just go wrong if it's not used correctly. And you guys nailed it. And that's not easy to do. It takes some musicianship to do that.
Should I tell him the accordion joke? Oh, yeah, we told this on the show before, but you haven't heard it. Okay, so the angel Peter or whatever his name is, I forgot which one, is in the clouds, and the guy's coming to heaven, and the guy goes, "Welcome to heaven. Here's your harp." And then the panel below it, you see it's hell and the flames, and the devil's got his horns, and he goes, "Welcome to hell. Here's your accordion."
That's where I want to be.
You see how fast that can go wrong? That guy ended up in hell with his accordion. You guys ended up with a salad with yours. You see?
Well, let's do some more. Well, before we listen more, so you are on Reverb Nation
Yep.
and Bandcamp as well? No?
I don't know. We haven't really established anything on Bandcamp yet.
Okay. And so if I wanted to purchase your album, I could do that where?
CD Baby would probably be the best way right now. Or you
It's on
can
Amazon,
Amazon, iTunes downloads.
iTunes.
Yep.
Literally, if you can download music from it, we're on it.
Awesome.
And
So-
you can also contact us directly on Facebook, and we like mailing personally. We'd rather
We'll
do
even
that
write you a little love letter.
Personal love
and
letter.
send you pictures of Chunk. That's Chunk.
and free stickers.
Now, girls, I'm telling you, you want to be their Facebook friend because this is really, it's a rare treat that you should experience. So, any shows coming up? I know I just missed one, and I'd been sick for a while, so I didn't go out. So believe me, I didn't miss it for anything fun.
At the BBC, that was pretty cool. But River Horse West up in West Bend, October 27th, I think the day is.
Yep.
It's, Halloween Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
I saw that, and I thought, nah, I don't have a car. So
It's a costume party.
Yeah,
It's a costume
contest.
party.
There's gonna be beer pong.
I heard something about pumpkin carving.
Pumpkin carvings tonight. There's gonna be bobbing for apples.
Wow.
that sounds like fun. What's the
always
name
good
of the
show.
place? The River Horse West.
River Horse West. It was the sister or brother to River Horse. What was it? North. What it was?
East, maybe it's
East.
no longer.
It was on North.
Actually, River Horse was right down the street here.
all right.
Yeah, but it is no more. It is no more. Let's listen to some more.
Okay.
Set us up with this one.
All right. Next one is called Peace Loving Son of a Gun. I'll let Joe explain where that comes from, but this is a kind of another where we just take all our styles that we like, and we always say this one's kind of for the rockabilly crowd. But yeah,
Swing.
yeah, it's a little bit of swing. So we'll go ahead and play it.
Cool. What's it called?
Peace Loving Son of a Gun.
Peace, loving son of a gun.
Safer now that you're gone. You were wrong, you were wrong. It's more safer now that you're gone. You're wrong, you're wrong. It's more safer now that you're gone. You're wrong, you're wrong. It's more safer now that you're gone. You're wrong, now you're gone.
You're listening to Compose Yourself. That was Peace Loving Son of a Gun by Living Dread here on riverwestradio.com. And we are speaking with them in the studio today. And I thought I would inform them and our listeners that if you would like to hear this show again, or even put it on your website, we are podcasting the show as well. So if you go to riverwestradio.com and to the Compose Yourself portion of the site, we have all the old shows archived, and you can download them. You can even subscribe to this podcast. I was so excited because I'm just such a nerdy podcaster. Like, I podcast these skeptical science shows, and I'm podcasting stuff like that, and now I have a podcast. I'm so excited. So if you like this show, you can podcast it, and if you guys like a portion of it, you're welcome to pull it off and edit it and use it as you like. So in terms of the recording, where did you have this done? It sounds really great.
We're renting a old-time firehouse, and where we record is where they actually park the fire engines.
Wow.
So the building was built, I believe, in 1921, and I think it was operational through like the mid-70s. And it got converted into retail spaces and all these other things. And just by pure luck, we got in this building. Mm-hmm. And it's got a really tall ceiling, and it's just really enjoy being there. It's a great place.
Where is it located?
It's in West Bend.
Wow.
So it's a bit of a drive for me. So.
Mm-hmm. But it sounds like it's worth it.
Yeah. Worth it. I love that place.
So what? You're recording yourselves then?
Yeah, everything.
Oh, nice work.
Yes,
and what? Geek out a little. What kind of stuff are you using?
Yeah, Eric, what are we using?
Well, we're just basically just using a Pro Tools rig, a Digio 3, and then we have a higher end Mackie board and not too much stuff, some nice mics, and we really keep it as simple as possible. And we have a computer, and that's about it. And we do pretty much almost everything in the box, so to speak.
Right.
And we just try to keep it simple. That's about it.
It's real clean. I mean, you can hear everything. The bass has nice definition, which I really like to hear, and you can hear all the instruments, and just the vocals sound real nice. And you do just enough effects with everything, where it's not too much. You know, it's like I liked the way this started out in one ear, and then I got it in both ears, and that was neat. And it's full, but it's not overdone and over-affected and too thick, because I think if this music were too thick, I'd miss something.
That's a big problem we run into a lot when we're mixing is, and a lot of the issues we had where it was just, like you said, it was too thick and it was overwhelming, and the definition kind of got lost.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to bring a lot of that stuff back, especially reverbs and stuff like that and delays. It's kind of trying to keep it at a minimal because there is so much going on,
Right.
especially with the instrumentation.
Right.
And the distorted guitars are, that's a big part of the spectrum too.
That's another thing I wanted to say too. Who are the guitarists? Who's playing guitar? You are. Both of you guys. Yeah. I like the fact that you keep it very tasteful. There's not too much. When you do a solo, it's significant and it sits well in the song, and it's not overdone. It's not all over the place. You're letting other things come through, so that when it does come through, it's really welcome. I really want to hear it. And then the rhythm guitar is nice and solid and sitting where it needs to be sitting in the mix. Very good. But Denise and I were looking at each other laughing at a certain part of the song. So, because we've got this rockabilly thing, and we're just going along with that. And I'm picturing being at the club, and all of a sudden...
Go on.
Yeah, it was once again a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
I just love this. I just love it because a lot of times people are really closed-minded with music and they don't think to blend certain genres or certain things. You guys will be considered chameleons to me because my EP is called Chameleon Love Music, and I named it that because I have no set genre. I do whatever I want. And you guys do the same. And so I know we're going to get
That's a great compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are chameleons. That's the new genre that I'm trying to get caught on.
We're down.
We're chameleons.
Yeah.
We have no set genre. We just do what we want when we feel like it. And that part was just really cool. Because like she said, we were rocking club, and all of a sudden it's like
poker, or it was just really
It's
cool.
just like
really
waltz.
cool.
All of a sudden, there's this like waltz going
There you
on.
go, waltz. That's what I was looking for.
We do that for Eric's busha.
I had a busha.
She loves the waltz. So.
I had a busha.
Yeah.
I am a well. I'm adopted, so I don't know exactly what my heritage is, but I've adopted the heritage of being Polish.
Absolutely.
My last name, Niedzijeko. Now do you see why I go with the name Brandenburg? Niedzijeko. Imagine making reservations with that name.
Yeah.
What is your last name?
Grab check.
And I can spell that.
You can.
Grabczyk.
Very good.
That is amazing.
That's
I
very
told you.
impressive.
I told
Very
you.
good.
I was raised Polish.
Wow.
Can you pronounce your last name for us then?
Niedzijeko.
Ninjeko.
It looks
Really
really
cool.
It looks really good on a canvas I paint, so it looks really cool on a canvas, but nobody ever it's in school, and I'm sure you've experienced that. You get through the letters of the alphabet, and then we know we're getting to the ends when it's like Julie, and then the desperate eyes, and then it's me.
Yeah.
Jacob.
My students get mad at me when I can't pronounce their names. And I'm like, you do realize you don't have a name that's actually in the baby name book. So please do. I tell them all the time, just bear with me.
You know what,
I'll get
Denise?
it.
You get good at it.
Yeah.
I am really good at it because I can see what it's trying to be. Like a lot of times people will put two names together, and
Yeah.
I've gotten kind of good at that. Just
That's
from
awesome.
being a teacher for years and years. She'll get it. She'll get it.
Yeah, this is only my third year. I need to do it a little bit more, and then I'll get better. There was a name, I just have to share this. It was on the news. This child was named Orangelo. Does anyone know what two words they put together to spell this child's name?
Orange and Jello.
Yes, orange jello. I was like, are you serious?
It rolls
And
off
I
the
bu-
tongue pretty nice.
It does. Orangelo.
If it had some exotic spelling with like one of those, what do you call those accent
Yeah.
marks? Like you have that for composé. I could just see that being. Well, I'm from the Virgin Islands. I'm Iranian.
Yeah.
I'd buy it, but then if you told me what it was,
Yeah. Yeah.
Your parents are
Jamaican
cruel.
Fabio. It'll be the Jamaican Fabio. I just had to do it.
Good evening. I am Orangelo, and I will perform for the lovely ladies.
And another food reference because I feel like we should have.
We got to eat before the
We
show.
do.
I think.
We gotta have a full meal, well seasoned with the textures. And my cousin made some fish for her husband. It was so funny. Her husband tried to make fish for her, cook a meal. He meant well, but he over seasoned, and it was way too much salt. And so the textures, once again, well seasoned. The song was well seasoned. It wasn't too much. No one was bombarded with anything. You knew when to take things out and when to put things back in. So very great.
Exactly. It was just the right ingredients, right amount. We'll stop with the food stuff.
Yeah, we will.
Pinky
We have our
swear
full-
we're going to eat next week.
Yes, we are.
For the
Swear.
show.
I will take out something for dinner next week.
Let's listen to another song.
Okay.
What do you have for us?
Joe, you want to introduce the next song? We're going to do Turn the Handle Slow.
Turn the Handle Slow. This is a song that I wrote when we were still touring, and it's just a song about basically leaving your loved ones.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's kind of like missing home, but not really.
Right.
You know
Well,
you're
that's
having a great time.
that's the next one. That's the next song. This one's more the missing.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
walk out that front door, way too good. The night air is so cold, way too good. And the wind cannot blow, way too good. Just head out that front door, where to I don't know. You just close your eyes and no follow. I've no place to hide if there's nowhere to go. You just close your eyes and no follow. I've no place to hide if there's nowhere to look out the window, way to go. See footsteps in the snow, way to go. Hear your voices all wind blows, way to go. And I smile and think, oh, way to go. Just head out that front door, where to I don't know. I just close my eyes, let myself go. Think about a smile and it makes me go. I just close my eyes, let myself go. Think about a smile and it makes me go.
You're listening to Living Dread on riverwestradio.com. And it was a real pleasure having you guys in the studio. That was an awesome song.
Thank you. Thank you.
So there were some really neat haunting guitars in the background. I really liked. That's added something really unexpected and texture in the end there. Now, Joe, you wrote the song.
Yes.
Now, I'm getting the impression that different people may bring different things in. It's kind of a collaborative sort
Definitely.
of.
Yes.
Definitely.
Somebody starts something, and then everybody kind of gets involved.
Yep.
And it was interesting before when you were talking about putting something on the back burner and not forcing it and then coming back. I was gonna say we do a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know, how many songs we've probably got four or five different parts right now that are like, they're awesome parts and we know they're gonna be really awesome songs, but it's like, all right, well we got this part. Where's it?
It doesn't have a home yet.
Yeah.
Right.
But it will.
It will.
It will.
You know, and we talk on this show a lot. You know, everybody in every group, if it's a group, has a different process. You know, I tend to be more of I just kind of spit it out. It like comes out in 20 minutes and there's the song. And that's kind of the way Mozart worked. Not that I'm comparing myself to him. Denise is the opposite. She'll go, okay, maybe no. I'm going to put this over here. No, I'm not. Okay, we're going to just not look at it for a while, and then we'll look at it again. And that's how Beethoven worked. He would write something, nope, throw it in the garbage, nope, and then fish it out of the garbage, paste it back in the manuscript, and that's how he worked. So there is no right or wrong way to operate as long as the end result, when it's done, you know it's done. Sometimes we discuss, it's hard to sometimes say, okay, that's it, no more editing, we're done. Don't touch that dial. We're done. Well, unfortunately, we are coming to the point in our show where we are also coming to be done. But I want to thank the members of Living Dread. Tony, thanks again for coming by and bringing
Absolutely.
these wonderful guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Julie.
Absolutely. You want to pick up their album, you want to go to CD Baby, Living Dread, and we're going to go out today with a song from Strange Land. And it's a brand new song called Dr. Manhattan.
I will never break away from all the things I am. I will not suffer fools gladly until the universe is dead. I think it's time for me to go, and I won't be coming back. Now I sit and judge